Hi, welcome to my classroom. My name is Yuki Smiley, and I'm excited to share a special reading strategy with you. This particular strategy is front loading. Front loading is something that I have used for my entire teaching career. I've used it with adult students, with middle school students, high school students, elementary students. It works with any grade level. Now, we are focusing on elementary for this particular episode. Front loading is based upon Vygotsky's zone of proximal development. It is also a scaffolding technique. It is something you can do in the beginning of your lesson to assess knowledge. You can also give students knowledge to check their prior knowledge about a situation, and you can also give them information that they need to engage with the text. For example, if I'm teaching a lesson on the beach, or if I'm teaching from a book that's talking about going to the beach, and I have students who have never been or have never had that experience, it's a great idea to front load. Front load with images, maybe anticipation guides, with videos, so that they can hear sound, so that they can see the waves moving. There are different ways that you can front load a lesson so that students can get a better understanding of what's going on. Because when you front load images, it gives them an opportunity to help them to connect their knowledge with their prior experiences and also these new experiences that you are giving them. So I'm going to give you some examples of how I front load in my classroom right now, and how I've used front loading in the past. Now, if you can look on my smartboard, and I think I'm going to have to move my screen up a little bit. One way that I front load is with vocabulary, and so I pre-teach the vocabulary. I may have to use pictures or sound or different things so that they can understand vocabulary. Let's say I'm teaching from a book, St. Louis Armstrong Beach, which is a really great book. It is based on a character in a little boy in New Orleans who his favorite instrument was the clarinet, and it was based around the time of Hurricane Katrina. So I'm going to front load and show you how I send vocabulary. Now, this sends a survey to each student, and I can also project this, and I can see the results. And so students answer the questions that are given here, and the questions are basic. They basically answer, do you know what clarinet means? And they can say, no, I've never heard of this before. Or they can say, I've seen this word. And they say, I think I know what it means, but I can't use it in writing. Or they can say, I can use it in writing. I've heard this word before. And so this allows me to access their knowledge about a particular vocabulary word. Now, if I find out, hey, they don't know what a clarinet is, they've never heard of a clarinet, I can show them video images or a picture of the clarinet. In this case, if it'll come up, there's a short video image that shows the clarinet. It gives a sentence, and then they can hear the clarinet playing. So if they've not had this experience with the clarinet before, this gives them an opportunity to say, oh, that's what a clarinet is. And they can better define the word and understand it. Now, there are other things that I do in order to front load, if I can get here. Like, for example, I said we were teaching St. Louis Armstrong Beach. I may use an anticipation guide in the beginning. Not only that, I may show pictures of New Orleans, since it's set in New Orleans. So I may pull up different pictures of New Orleans so that the students can see what it's like on Bourbon Street or Moonwalk or in the French Quarter, where this little boy is spending most of his time playing his instrument, and they can see that. Or I may show pictures of Mardi Gras so that they can see those pictures. Or I might even show pictures of Hurricane Katrina, because the little boy was actually living during this time of Hurricane Katrina, and he lived during the devastation of that particular hurricane. And so being able to show them pictures, if they've never experienced this type of thing, it helps them make better connections with the text, and that's what we want from our students. So I do believe that front loading is a huge component to education, to reading comprehension. I think you can do this just about in every class, in science and math, social studies, any area that you're teaching. You can front load information, and it helps our students to be more successful with the information that we are presenting to them. Thank you so much. I hope that you will try this strategy in your class. You're probably already doing it. I know most of the teachers here are. So thank you so much for your time.